I think a lot of screams. I hope they're screaming with me. I think that would be really nice, so I'm not alone. I think in the past few months, I've realized I have a fear of like the ocean, like deep, deep waters. I'm very excited to see in the summer if that carries over into pools. I'm a little scared, but we'll see. Expect to be scared, expect to like challenge the way that you feel about pools, but also expect to see hopefully a cult classic in the future. When I first met him, I found out that we know each other from, around the corner from Erica Scoggins, who I've worked with in the past. So that was it felt like I was already in good hands because he was like kind of repped by someone I'm so close with. And then I got to know him, and he's just the sweetest guy, and it felt so nice for him to finally be able to make this into a feature.
I shouldn't face away from camera, but I just got to take this in for a beat because it is truly a dream come true. And I'm not just saying this because this is in-house Universal. This is from my heart. No one else knows how to put out an original movie like Universal Studios. And they've been doing it before it was cool and before everyone was trying to make money with low budget, genre, original concepts. Universal's been doing that for a long time, a very long time, which is why I was thrilled to end up at Universal. Truly, some of my favorite aquatic horror movies, Jaws, Creature from the Black Lagoon, going way back. When I met with Peter Kramer, I was just like, do you know what it means to me to have that Universal logo before this movie? Like, that's the movies that got me into wanting to make movies, and specifically like aquatic horror movies. So it really is like such a pinch me moment. I think we should leave hot tubs are safe for now, but you never know. You never know. Haunted hot tub. Some part of us knows that we don't belong in water anymore, and that we get knocked down the totem pole very quickly. Like we're not the apex predator in water. Like things can hurt us in water that couldn't on land. We're vulnerable, and I think it just taps into that kind of primal state of like weakness. Like we're not on top of the food chain in the water. So I love getting to toy with that and use that against the audience and make them feel that. Yeah. I hope that it sparks the same kind of loyalty and just fandom around those things. And they're so good at creating a culture where you want to be in on the next story, the next world, the next character. You want to be a part of that club. And I think Jason, James, both of them are really, really great. The best that there is with creating that secret society that you're just like desperate to be a part of. And I hope that Night Swim becomes one of those like clubs that you want in your insignia ring, and you're like you want to be in that swim team. So yeah, I could not be more lucky to have those two giants of the genre, stand on their shoulders. It's amazing.
I think there's nothing scarier than your imagination, and what's in the dark and the unknown, and a swimming pool where there's this water underneath you is just, there's too much unknown, especially at night.
Well, the great thing about seeing short films is you can actually see the potential that the short film has, right? You can see what it is about it that works, the concept, and the concept of a scary haunted swimming pool is something that hasn't been done before. And I love that idea. I've done enough, haunted house, ghost stories and all that, but I've never done a scary haunted swimming pool idea. And the fact that we all have swimming pool at home these days just meant that, it's a very sort of relevant concept here. Let's be honest, us humans, we're not really made to, we're not accustomed for the water, right? Like, we can go for quick little swims, but we're not built for it. So if there's something underneath there that is scary, we can't see it, and it's not what we're designed to do. And so I think that really helps add to the primal fear that we have of water. When you go see a scary movie, it's always more fun to see it with your friends or someone you can hang on to.
And scream and shout.
And scream and shout, yes, that's right. And then laugh at your friend when they scream too loud. It's part of the world that we live in the sense that we enjoy scaring people, but we also want it to be fun as well. And I think Night Swim falls perfectly in that world where, we're here to entertain and we want people to have a good time. I want them to be scared, throw their popcorns in the air, but I also want them to have fun.
Gosh, good water, you just have so much less control, and you got to come above it to breathe, and so everyone's always scared of being held under it, and that's a lot of what the movie's about, is being underwater and not being able to get up for air. That's my plan. I didn't want people to feel safe in a swimming pool. I'd had enough.
Good for you.
It's time to be scared of pools too. They felt left out. Well, it's an original, and James and I have both been lucky enough to be involved in lots of movies that have lots of franchises, and so it's always fun, to do an original, and Megan was an original last year, so it's very important to both of us that we keep making original horror movies, not just sequels, and that's what Night Swim is. Always better to see a horror movie in a theater. I mean, it's better to see any movie in a theater, but horror especially. People, when you're at home, you're always got one eye on the screen and one eye on your phone, and I can't scare you when you're doing that. My job is to scare you as a human, and I can't deliver a scare when you're looking at your phone. So not only does it look better and sound better, but you're focused on the screen, and that's the only way I can scare you. They should expect to be very unsettled and scared to death.
I feel like this kind of stands alone, which is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. I felt like it was kind of like a unique script. It sort of reminded me of like thrillers from like the 80s, 90s. So I feel like it sort of stands alone. I don't know, maybe it's just fun to go to the movies and be scared with like your boyfriend or your girlfriend and like cling to them like you're scared.
Of course.
But you could just so you can touch them maybe. I love swimming, so that's a hard one for me. Like everyone said, oh, didn't turn you off swimming pools, but it didn't because I love swimming. Swimming at night time is probably a bad idea for anybody though, isn't it? You're not supposed to go swimming in the ocean at night time. And then I think if you're swimming in a pool at night time, I kind of think that means maybe you've had a few drinks, which is probably a really bad idea.
Well, I remember talking to Bryce when we first started talking about it, and he was like, yeah, it's like Jaws in your swimming pool, and I can't believe no one ever made that movie. And I was like, are you sure no one's made this movie? And so then I heard someone else say it's like Creature of the Black Lagoon in your pool. And it's good. It's good conceit, and I think it'll, it's terrifying. It'll make you think twice about jumping in your pool next time at night. It's a great boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, date night movie. And it would kind of be good to see with your whole family. It's PG-13, so if you got, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds that you think can handle the movie, it's kind of a fun movie to watch together because it is about a family and it's a little bit terrifying, and your 12-year-old's going to be going in the pool going, Marco Polo, I hope nothing's underneath there. I think it's for everybody. I really do. I'm the same way about every movie. If it's a good director, it's a good filmmaker, and a good team, and a good story, then those are all good things that line up. If it's great people and a story that I don't like, then it may not be for me. But it is always about the people and the story, and this seemed to line up that way, and hopefully we made a good movie and people like it. Bryce is great. I mean, being a first-time director is always difficult. There's so much that you have to face that you don't know that you're going to face. Not that I've done it before, but I've seen it my fair share of times now. And the way he handled himself, the way he handled all the issues that came up, because that's inevitably what making movies is. It's just putting out fires in different places. He was great, and he was able to capture a essence of water that I think was really interesting and really eerie and creepy and cool. Working with him was seamless and wonderful, and he was also the writer, which helps a lot. So yeah, it was a great experience. I hope that they like the family drama aspect of it and that it fits into a psychological thriller category in a way that some slasher movies don't. That it has a little bit more teeth to the story than some horror films or what genre people may think. So I think it can spread beyond just the horror audience.